Bryson. I'm a social anxiety coach. So, as a guy, how do you go about finding someone in modern times, finding a partner? So, before being a social anxiety coach, I started as a dating coach for guys with social anxiety. Really, really enjoyed it. Was given a lot of value. Then I transitioned to what I'm doing now, and I took a break personally from dating relationships to focus on business. I've been thinking about it for a while, and next year I'm going to be going for it on a personal level. And I find it really helpful. I would find it really helpful if I was in the perspective of a viewer on YouTube to have a coach who's also going for the same thing as me. Because it's going to be real, going to be fresh, great for motivation as well. So the first thing is, it's not healthy to go out there and chase women. In the same way that it isn't healthy to go out there and chase money. Every entrepreneur that chases money feels miserable when they're doing it. The same goes for chasing women. Because what you're doing is you're putting that thing which is outside of you above your own mental health. And it feels like you're losing your power. You're overextending yourself. And it's reminding you of the fact that you don't have that thing. The fact that you're chasing something reinforces the idea of scarcity and lack. So neediness, desperately wanting to meet somebody, that's not a good thing. And even if you did meet someone from a really desperate place, the feelings of desperation, they may still persist during the relationship. And you're actually losing your power to the other person if you do this, because you're saying that you have the power to make me feel good, to make me not needy and not desperate. And that means that the other person has the potential to control you and damage you because they've got something which you desperately need, or you tell yourself that you need. So I realized when I was coaching people, doing the dating coaching, that any person who desperately needs a partner, they're not happy without someone. The solution to that person's problem isn't to find a partner. The solution is for this person to learn to be happy single by themselves. You don't need somebody in your life to feel happy. You really don't. Whatever you believe that this person would give you, learn to give that to yourself. That's ultimate power. Because then you don't need that person, and that person can't control you. And also, neediness is one of the least attractive behaviors. So you being needy is going to push people away, and it's also it's not going to stop because you're coming at it from the wrong place. You're trying to solve an internal problem with external things. It's like saying that I'm not happy because I don't have the ideal wardrobe, so I'm going to go out there and buy some new clothes. The solution is to learn to be happy without a new wardrobe. So getting yourself into a place where you're happy without someone is really, really important. Fully achievable, fully possible. I've had a blast over the past year in my business and life while taking a break from dating. Been on a few dates, met a few people throughout the year, but taking a break as well. So this is the fundamentals. So not going out there to desperately chase, being happy by yourself. This is half of the battle. But there's two truths. One truth is that you don't need to go out there and chase. It's not healthy to do that. It's not fun. But the other truth is that if you lock yourself away in your room, you don't put yourself out there, you're significantly reducing your chances of coming across somebody who you have a great natural connection with. So what does this mean? So I'll give you a few examples of people who have found relationships from my life. So my younger brother, he's been going out with this girl for a couple of years. And this is how they met. So he's doing a PhD in cancer biology in Durham. And the girl started working in the same lab while doing a master's degree. The girl took a shine to my younger brother, Matt, and they got to know each other over time and just naturally got together. A few more examples, then I'll break down the simplicity of what's happening, break down the patterns. A guy called Tom, who is a friend of a guy that mentored me. He's a businessman and he liked to get massages in his spare time, something that he naturally enjoyed to de-stress from life as an entrepreneur. He really hit it off with his masseuse. They got to know each other over time. They got together, and this is a number of years ago. They've still been together. They're still together. Other examples. So I can think of a guy that I used to be friends with when I did a PhD. And he went to a work-related networking event, got chatting to this girl from a networking event. They went for a coffee, and then didn't see each other for a while. Then they bumped into each other on this team building trip. They picked up from where they left off, and that developed into a long-term relationship. So in each of these cases, examples that just come from the top of my mind, the guys involved, they weren't going out there desperately chasing women and trying to force a relationship to happen. They were doing something that they're actually passionate about, something which they naturally enjoy. For example, the guy Tom getting massages to de-stress from business. My brother Matt just in the lab doing experiments, something which he's passionate about and interested in. So the guys are in a headspace where they're not needy in that moment. They're relaxed, they're being themselves, and they're in their element. So this means that their energy is in the right place. They're being shown in a good light. And while pursuing their purpose and doing things that are fun to them, things that they enjoy, they cross paths with somebody, got talking, got to know that person, and over time, with repeated conversations, that develops into a romantic connection. It's easy to dismiss just how simple it can be to meet somebody. And I can tell you from personal experience of doing things the completely wrong way, learning and overcoming my challenges, that it never works when you're trying to force it. When you're trying to make it happen, trying too hard, you create this mountain of a task, and it's super challenging and not much fun. So the key is to find hobbies and interests that you actually enjoy. Maybe you're really into music. You love playing the guitar. Maybe you love acting. You might love films. You might love sports. So many things that you might naturally enjoy. Things that you would do just by yourself for your own pleasure. When you know the things that you like, you want to find communities where you can enjoy your hobby, but on a social level. So this means that in your lifestyle, you're putting yourself out there. You're going to cross paths with lots of different people. And if you're really stuck for activities and you want some simple suggestions, you could try salsa dancing classes. In salsa dancing classes, you're going to get paired up with different women, and you'll see repeated faces coming back to the same class. And also you can do social dancing through salsa, festivals, all kinds of stuff, and get to know people over time. It's a nice, light, relaxing activity. So this means that it takes the pressure off yourself. Doesn't feel awkward, doesn't feel like you have to force anything. And also, the girls there are in a headspace where they're open to getting to know people. So you're not going to be faced with really negative, extreme reactions, something like this, which you may get if you're going out to a bar or a nightclub and approaching people. fitness classes, sports, also great ways to meet people. If you haven't heard of the platform meetup.com, you can go on meetup.com and see what groups interest you. Things that you would go to just for fun. Things that you would naturally enjoy. Because when you go to these things, you're going to be in your strength zone, in your element. You have that genuine interest. And because you have that common ground with people, you're going to have a much easier time bonding and connecting with people. And this is half the battle, being a guy. You can imagine that when you're first speaking to somebody, there's a thin thread between you and the other person. And this represents the connection. And over time, providing that you're being honest, you're being yourself, you're open to the other person, and you're confident, that thin thread is going to get thicker and thicker and thicker and turn into a really strong rope. And the problem with approaches like online dating is that you're not there in person. There's not shared emotional experiences going on. So it's really hard to bond. And what you need is opportunities for organic conversations to naturally develop. It's going to make your life so much easier. So this is taking care of meeting someone on the level of the opportunistic level. You need to have access to girls that are your type to have a chance of meeting somebody. So this is taking care of the access problem. But the other problem can be a lack of confidence, a lack of social skills, and also a lack of honesty. They're the personal skills that you can work on. Facing your social fears, being really honest, and working on your ability to really connect with people. This is going to make a massive difference. So when I started university, I didn't have confidence, I didn't have social skills, and I didn't know how to be myself and connect with people. So I really struggled to find anybody at that time in my life. But when I really worked on myself, I worked on building my confidence up, improving my social skills in groups. When I started to do this, I was getting different responses when I was speaking to girls. So sorting out your challenges on a personal level and also your lifestyle itself. These are the key things to focus on. And I wish that I had a lot longer for this live stream. I have a coaching call with the client in a really, really short while. But I'll definitely come back to this topic because I know that it's going to help out so many people, save you a lot of time, a lot of frustration, and get you to where you want to get to a lot faster. If you're interested in hearing more of my content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in private one-to-one coaching, just drop me an email. Until next time, have an awesome rest of your day.